Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Blame It on the Stars. We spill all the tea on what's going on in the universe so you can blame your problems on the stars. It is Jade here.
And it's Kara.
And this week, we've got some great news for you. Some exciting things are happening. Mercury Retrograde is almost over. It ends this week. Venus enters its home sign of Libra. We've got some good vibes. In case you didn't know, though, it's officially Libra season. We talked all about everything you need to know about Libra season up front in advance last week, which covered certain things like the new moon in Libra that happened last week. So if you missed out on that, then definitely go listen to last week's episode before you continue and hear the rest of the good things that happen.
And just to give you a heads up, next week there will be a full moon in Aries. As you probably know, full moons are all about releasing, so definitely tune in to figure out what we will be letting go of during this full moon.
And after a short ad break, we will bring you the good news. All right. Let's talk about Venus in Libra. So Venus enters its home sign of Libra on September 29th at 3:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Per usual, the date and time are from the website astroseek.com. What you need to know about Venus in Libra is it's a time where you're going to be bringing balance and fairness back into all relationships. All relationships are being affected by this. If you have found that you're someone who doesn't really have the most balanced work life, social life situation going on, this can be a really great opportunity for you to bring balance back into your work-life balance. It's a good time. We're excited for Venus in Libra.
Yeah. Also, something that's really important to note, and as we think that balance means like equal or exactly the same 50-50, but sometimes the scales tip a little bit in one direction or the other. So if you feel like you have been giving a lot, or maybe you have been needing a lot of support lately and now you want to return that, you can also think about just the dynamics between you and your friends and other people who you're close to in your life.
Yeah, so another really good example me and Kara were just talking about is if maybe you have a group of friends and you usually only spend time with some people, not the whole group, or you're not spending any group time and you're craving more group time. That can be a great way to bring some balance back into your relationships. Or if you're in a situation like Kara and I, where we are co-hosts, we have our professional relationship, but we also are friends, which is our friendship. We can balance that out too. If you have like certain coworkers you're really close to that you want to be more friendly with, this can be a good time to bring them over into the friendship side of your life, and vice versa. How this can affect you is you'll find that you're a lot more social than usual. You're kind of going to want to be out and about more, and since Venus includes art, creativity, you might find that you're really wanting to enjoy being around the arts, whether that be suddenly taking more of an interest in like fashion, wanting to shop, wanting to go to museums, wanting to go to concerts. There's just a greater appreciation for being around things that are creative. So if you're looking for some inspiration on how to use the Venus in Libra time, that would be my suggestion.
Yeah, this is also a time where people like to spend a lot of their free time out in nature. There's a lot of fall activities like apple picking, visiting sunflower fields, things like that. So if you do want to embrace the fall vibes, that could also be something that's on your mind while Venus is in Libra.
Yeah, and why does this matter? Libra is the scales. It deals with justice, peace, and harmony. One of the ways that Venus in Libra affects us is we're starting to want to bring peace back into some of our relationships. Now, don't hear that and just think everything is going to be just calm, chill, peaceful. Since this is also about justice, you might find that you're needing to bring justice to the front of certain relationships. If you've been finding that maybe things haven't always been fair and that things can be more fair in any type of relationship, whether that be with roommates or in the office with coworkers. This is a great time to bring that up and have those conversations so that we can achieve a more peaceful relationship.
Yeah, I feel like it's a common misconception with Libra energy in general that we need to always keep the peace. And I know that that's something that people sometimes feel a lot of pressure to, get along and make sure everything is happy and fun. But sometimes it is important to speak up or express something or have a more difficult conversation. And there's this idea that that will cause like conflict, but long term, even if it's uncomfortable in the moment, usually that will resolve a lot of stuff that allows things to continue to ebb and flow and find balance. Sometimes addressing things will allow things to be more peaceful in the future.
Yeah, and something you might not know is Venus is at home in Libra, so this can mean that we'll have an easier time experiencing all that Venus has to offer. Venus can express itself in the way that it likes to, in a way that it's comfortable. So this is pure Venus energy, and we're here for it, and we love it. There are some interesting aspects Venus will make during its time in Libra. These are the key dates you're going to need to be on the lookout for. The first one is October 1st. Venus is opposite Jupiter. Oppositions create a push-pull dynamic. Jupiter expands everything it touches. One of my things that I would like you to know about this day in particular is be mindful of overdoing it and overspending. That's the big one here. If Venus is how we spend money, Jupiter is expansive. Just don't overspend, because I know that we are in the mood to shop during Venus and Libra, and that's my advice.
Yeah, but if you are looking to spend or make any purchase that is something that you will be using long term, on October 14th, Venus will be trine Saturn. And Saturn, as we know, is more of a serious planet, and it does deal with longevity and things that are practical. And we do have a positive aspect here. Also, Mercury will be direct on this day too, so we don't have to worry about any of that as we're making decisions. So just something to keep in mind if you are looking to be making any big purchases. It also can be a good time to reconnect with others, but also to have very solid boundaries.
On October 18th, Venus is trine Mars. This is really great for acting on your creativity. If you find that you are really creative during the Venus and Libra transit or want to enjoy being out and about more, that Mars energy is giving you that push to socialize.
And then last but not least,
dun dun dun.
On October 20th, Venus will be square Pluto, and this is just giving healing vibes. Sometimes we think that we have to go through things on our own, but this could be a time where you do want to lean on others for support and talk about the things that are going on. Others might want to just be with themselves and feel like they might benefit more from like journaling. So just kind of feel it out, do what's right for you on that day.
So some good news for everybody. October 2nd at 5:07 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Mercury stations direct in Virgo. And what you need to know about that is that Mercury retrograde is over. So how this affects you moving forward now that Mercury retrograde is over, you'll begin to start seeing things a bit more clear again. Since it's in Virgo, you'll get back into wanting to plan, to organize, to take a more rational approach.
Yeah, do keep in mind that there is a post-shadow period. So as soon as Mercury stations direct, you can expect a lot of things to start resolving. And we already mentioned that Mercury really likes being in the sign of Virgo. So our communication and thinking will definitely be back on track and doing significantly better than when it was retrograde.
Now, something you might not know, though, is Mercury is only direct in Virgo for a little over a week. So this energy's here, but it's not here for long. You've got a few days of Mercury direct in Virgo, so you can take advantage of those few days by working on revising and looking at the details again, getting your planner back out again, getting organized.
Yeah, and in case you were wondering, post shadow ends on October 17th.
Since Mercury's only in Virgo for a short amount of time, there's only one key date you need to be on the lookout for during Mercury direct in Virgo, and that's October 6th with Mercury trine Pluto. This is a really good day for doing any research or seeking answers. If you've got questions, you need answers, you want to do a little digging, that'll be a really good day. And similarly too, since Pluto can also help us with healing and it can give us a nice sense of empathy, this can be a good time to have some conversations where you can really look at someone else's perspective and heal, learn, and grow.
Yeah, so if any curiosities come up or if any interesting topics come up that you want to discuss, that would be the best time. It could just mean like a quick Google search, watching a YouTube video. Like, it doesn't have to be formal at all, but we all will be having really good in-depth conversations on that day.
If you're curious to know how either of these things affect you, Venus in Libra or whatever Mercury does now that retrograde is over, this is your reminder that we do offer readings. Readings are hosted on an app called Intro, which allows for FaceTime style calls. You just select if you want the reading with either me, Jade, or Kara, and you can choose for how long you want the reading for. We have readings for as short as 15 minutes to as long as an hour. You can decide what you want us to talk about. There's a section for you to add your notes for us, and we'll be able to answer any of the astrology questions you might have.
And if you've never booked a reading with us before, then you can use the code STARS, all caps STARS, for $20 off your first reading.
And just a reminder, next week we'll be talking all about the full moon in Aries, which, spoiler alert, it's a pretty good full moon if you ask me. So you'll definitely want to stick around for next week to learn what you should do to prepare for the full moon in Aries. If you want to stay in the loop with us as more things unfold in the stars, then make sure you're following us on social media. We're on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at BLME The Stars. We're also on YouTube, posting YouTube shorts as well as this podcast. So if you go ahead and search Blame It on the Stars podcast on YouTube, we are there and we would love it if you subscribed. But anyway, that's all for now, and we'll see you all next Monday. Bye.